And this is Guild Guide number 7. This week we'll be kind of going on about how to make a new team for whatever. Alright, unlike most guilds that I know of, this particular guild, we encourage making new teams, having a regular schedule, regular meet day, and if possible, a regular lineup. With that being said, certain steps that have to be made, like the Soldiers of Stormrage on Monday, Tuesday. The team leader there, Stiffbeard, wanted a raid team, wanted it earlier in the day, and pretty much was told, well, if you can get them together, make a team. And he did that. It's a lot of work, not only to get the word out, but to actually get the people to do your team. So that's one thing you have to keep in mind when you're setting up a team, whether you want to do an RBG team, heck, even an arena team. 2's probably not so hard, but 3's and especially 5's a lot harder. I mean, the most important thing is, or the first step, at least in my opinion, is, sometimes you gotta do the footwork, and actually, first thing you should do is find out how many people are probably able to do your event. Like when we were setting up RBGs, we actually went through the guild armory page and found all the 85s that were geared for PvP. Now at the time we didn't have the 370 level 85s we do now, but we still had a couple hundred, so that was a lot of work. I'm not saying go to that extreme, but it really helps, if you can target people in game to mail and be like, hey, would you be interested in doing this? So, in fact, that's what we did for Team Awesome. We actually did the similar thing. We would go through all the 85s in Armory, find those that were higher geared for PvE, and just not mass mail, but we mailed all those people in game saying, hey, would you like to raid? So that's one thing you got to look at there. Not to mention, you can start out by just asking in guild chat, and when people are on, and getting just get a running list of people that are interested, and set up an informational meeting. People will hopefully show up, and then from there, your next important thing is to find a good time for everyone. First determine how often you want to meet, how long do you want to meet. Are you going to be a 2-day raid team, a 1-day raid team, a 3-day raid team? And then from there, identify who's able to make it, who's willing to come, and then be like, well, let's say I've got 5 people that are for sure going to come, and then you can refine and build your roster from there. Now, in a perfect world, you'd have the 10 people or the 5 people for a new team, depending on what you're working on, in place, ready to go. But that's not the case. A lot of times, you'll have maybe an initial 10 people, and from there you lose a couple, find out a couple aren't as good as you'd like, and won't take the time to gear. And you're going to have to rotate some people out. It takes a while to get a permanent roster. And from there, once you have your set 10, it's usually a pretty good game. And normally you'd probably want a 1 or 2 extra person on the side in case somebody can't make it. And in those instances, maybe have people that, normally can't make your raid team or arena team, or let's say their work schedule's erratic, but when they are on, they'd like to raid. Have a couple of those names tucked in your pocket for those times when you need an extra body. And the other thing about running a team, whether it's an RBG team, an arena team, it's not like you just show up at your specified time and do your business. Especially as a team leader, you got to do your homework. Whether it's watching videos on the raid bosses, whether it's helping run your teammates through arenas, or just going with them in random battlegrounds to get them gear, or even LFR or dungeons. Now, that's not to say that a lot of people shouldn't probably be trying to gear up on their own, but it lets you know how committed other people are to the team, too. If you got that one guy, he's level 85, but he's got like a 340 item level, well, maybe he really wants to raid, but all he needs is some gear. And if you're willing to take him through the HOTS, through the LFR, to get him that gear, then obviously you want him to do it on his own, too. But, there's a lot more to being on a team and running a team than just, oh, hey, let's go. And that goes with, having a max alchemist to make your battle cauldrons, having a max cook to make your feasts. There's a lot that goes in. They're going to have to go fishing. They're going to have to go, urban. And if you can get more people to contribute from the team, that's good too. Not to mention you have to develop a looting system, what's fair, what's not, who gets priority. Same thing with let's say an RBG team. Well, who do you run arenas with to get that extra, 300 conquest a week? Who gets priority on this and that? So there's a lot of work that goes into it. And this can also be applied to, let's say you're level 70 and you want to run classic raids. You can form a classic raid team, a Burning Crusade raid team, hell, a Lich King raid team. You can get 1085s together that aren't really geared for Cataclysm level items and go run a Lich King raid. It's just, work together as a team, have some fun, whatever. Point is, they all take work. And obviously, if you're 1085s running Lich King content, probably not as much work as far as the gearing and the buffs, but there's still work getting together, having a good time. That being said, whatever kind of team you want to put together, if you can put it together, have a regular meet time, the guild would be more than happy to sponsor you. And once you show some progress, by that I mean consistency in attendance and progression. We could even upgrade you to the operator rank, give you some guild support, maybe give you some mats for stuff you need. That's what those 7th and 8th tabs are for, or for raid teams and RBG teams. And that is not limited to progression and content teams. If you want to form a level 85 team that only does tier 11 and even tier 12, Firelands, Blackwing Descent, Bastion and Twilight, that's fine too. In fact, we encourage it. So, get your buddies together, have some fun, form a team, and, it helps us, it helps you. So, that's just a quick rundown on how to do it. And if you talk to any guild officer, if they are unable to, they'll refer you to one of the officers or even a raid team leader that can help you out, give you some pointers on what to do and get your team up and running.